Good morning, everybody, and happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. We are in the middle of the week, and we are days closer to the weekend. Get excited. I am most definitely excited. Most definitely excited to be nearing the weekend. I have a bit of a busy weekend coming up. My best friend and her family with Makita's Cookies are celebrating their 25th anniversary in business and in service, and I will be volunteering, helping them out with their day and festivities and with the games and everything like that. And I'm excited. As far as Sunday, I don't know. I'll play that by ear. But yeah. This should have been one of those days that I bring out my sun visor. I didn't think to do it, but it's not so hot out here, so it's bearable. But yeah, so to address the elephant in the room, if you've seen my thumbnail, I am in a very unorthodox place right now. Even though it's unorthodox, it's actually a thing. I am at my parents' resting place at the cemetery, Memphis Memory Gardens. Back in, a little backstory, my mom was diagnosed with stage 4 glioblastoma, and glioblastoma, sheesh. Glioblastoma is a form of brain cancer that grows from some very malicious tumors. And a lot of times, because they are so aggressive, diagnosis and prognosis is usually at the most part in the final stages, and there's really not much you can do to treat it, because the way the tumors grow in your brain, they grow like roots on a tree, in the ground. How the roots spread out, that's how those tumors grow and progress and take over the gray matter in your brain, and overall shutting down your nervous system, your brain system, and everything like that, and then you ultimately pass away. Think a few years back to Senator John McCain, where he was diagnosed with glioblastoma, and pretty much the mortality rate of glioblastoma is maybe a year, maybe over 2. But even then, the effects of it is uncomfortable, and for the family it's disheartening. I can definitely say that. But yeah, he was diagnosed with it. However, he did continue to work in politics up until he passed away. I believe I think maybe lived maybe 13 months, maybe longer, with it, and then he passed away. But yeah, that was what my mom passed away from. And while we were getting her arrangements taken care of, because my mom lived 11 months after her prognosis, we were getting, already prearranging her needs as far as burial and things like that, and shopping around for cemeteries, we selected this one ultimately. We tried to honor her wishes as much as possible. Originally, she wanted to be buried in Memorial Park Cemetery, and that's off Poplar and 240 out in East Memphis, and that is also where Isaac Hayes is buried. Of course, she didn't want to be buried there because of him, but her thing was she wanted to be buried somewhere where the grounds was nice. The upkeep was up to par, and it was nice. That was what she wanted. And so when we went to Memorial Park and, trying to gather prices and getting a look of the cemetery. Now, for one, Memorial Park is a very historic and well-known cemetery next to Elmwood Cemetery here in Memphis. Memorial Park is known for its grotto, and a lot of people have gotten married at that grotto at Memorial Park Cemetery. I know, right? But yeah. And so when we checked them out and stuff like that, we kind of weren't too thrilled, with some of their policies. One, because they work in partnership with Memphis Funeral Home, they would have preferred that, one, we have her arrangements with them, and the funeral services through them. But they were a little on the pricey side. And then when we got to look at the cemetery and the available plot that they would have had for her was almost like some Montgomery back of the bus type shit. You know what I'm saying? We were like, we don't like this. It was almost like it was all the way in the back of nowhere, and it was like some brush, and it was crazy. You would think that would have been somewhere they would have put the slaves at. And I'm not making this no racial thing, but it's just kind of how it looked to us. We were like, nah, we'll pass. And so when my sister researched more cemeteries, she came across this one, and we came out here, and good morning, Von Sheila. So we came out here and toured the area, the grounds and everything like that, looking at the markers and everything. And so we chose this place to be her final resting place. In fact, we got a double plot for her and my dad. And it, so that way, that will be one thing knocked off our list when his time came. And so when we got out here, and the I guess I want to call them agents. The personnel. I'm gonna go with that. The personnel that we spoke with, was telling us about the grounds in the cemetery and everything like that. And she was also telling us how sometimes people come out here and they walk, they jog, and so on and so forth. Also, there are deer out here, because we are not far from Shelby Farms. I don't know exactly the distance between Raleigh LaGrange and Mullins Station, but we are not far from there, and out this way you will see a bit of wildlife at night. So there are deer out here, and if you put fresh flowers out here 9 times out of 10, the deer will come out and eat those flowers. Think Bambi, how the rabbits was like eating flowers. You know, Bambi was like, what are y'all eating? They were like, flowers, you know. Yeah, so they come out and they eat the flowers. And there were times where we came out here and we saw them in the distance. Like, oh, look, there's some deer. So we've actually seen them out in the distance. Yeah. But yeah, but when my mom passed, and we were able to honor her wishes, and the service was beautiful, the homegoing was beautiful. It was a beautiful autumn day. She passed October 13th, 2012. And everything was beautiful. Service wise, it was beautiful. One of her final wishes was she was very fond of The Imitation of Life. If you guys know about the movie Imitation of Life, she wanted to be carried to her resting place like the mother on Imitation of Life, and we were able to honor that. We got to a certain point of the roadway, and they removed her casket from the hearse and put it on that carriage. And of course, the hearse went on, and we carried her to her resting place in a horse-drawn carriage. And my sisters and my brother and I, we walked behind the carriage holding hands and, you know, with her to her resting place. So yeah, so we definitely believe that there was probably a shining moment. I definitely believe she was probably beaming, gleaming, you know, from ear to ear, like, oh my God, look at these children. We did honor her wishes. But I'm going to show you my view. And that's like that's the Last Supper thingamabobby. It's very nice out here. It is very, very nice out here. Very calm, very peaceful, and for the most part, very safe. I mean, who the hell is going to come do some mischief in the cemetery? Not saying it ain't possible. Not saying it ain't possible, because it definitely has happened. And I want to say either earlier this year, someone was visiting her loved one, and some jackasses went into her van and took her purse in a cemetery. You know what I'm saying? And that's very, very low. If you ask me, that is very, very low. To take advantage of someone in one of the most vulnerable, positions that they could be in. You know what I'm saying? So all of these areas are named. Well, I call it their gardens. Let's put it that way. So all of these gardens have a name, and these little arrows point to the color of the garden of the resting place. I really like that. My mom's on the other side, so this is the garden of the cross. Obviously, rightfully so, because there's a cross right there in the middle. So that makes a lot of sense. Yes, it is morning here. It is 10:24 a.m. Yes, it is morning. It is morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I think over there is where the deer will emerge. And out this way was where we saw them that one time. So this garden right here is called the, step in the muddy spot, Garden of Serenity. So this is the Garden of Serenity. And I'm going to see what this garden is right here. My sisters and I are very, very, very nosy. Very nosy and very intuitive, very inquisitive. So every time we come to visit our parents, we always drive near those tents, you know, to see either a grave has been prepared, or it's a fresh grave. But yeah, we will definitely come out, you know, once we, you know, take care of our parents, and we'll walk around and be nosy. Not walk around, we'll drive around and be nosy. My sisters will trip when they find out that I took a walk out here. But it's actually a thing. And I remember the personnel telling us that, of course, they have a flower policy. So I believe, okay, that's pointing towards the office. That's the entrance right there. So you have all of this, and I'm looking for more name tags. I don't too much see any, but all these gardens have a name, and it definitely gets real pretty around the holidays. Around the 4th of July. Of course, a lot of veterans are buried out here, so you will see a lot of the American flags and the red, white, and blue balloons. And I see one right here. And around Christmas time, you see the red, white, and blue. They have all of the Christmas trees. Okay, so this garden right here is, that breeze feels so good. So this garden right here is the Garden of St. Paul. So that's that garden. So I don't know if this garden and that garden are together. I do see another sign, and I'm pretty sure that's probably just pointing toward the office. And I think I do see a sign further off in the distance. But yeah. But these signs are color coded, and it tells you where the garden you're looking for is located, where your loved ones would be buried or are buried. So we pass here all the time. Excuse me. I am hungry. I can't wait to have some breakfast. I'm detoxing this week. I'm doing a keto soup diet this week. It's a 5-day diet, so I would have to call my sister back. I'm gonna have to call you back, sister. This garden right here, as you can see the monuments over there, of course those are all graves, the Woodward family. And one day I'm just gonna come out here and just actually walk up and look at these monuments, So this garden here, stretching from the entrance here, is the garden of the Good Shepherd. There's a veteran grave over there, and I'm pretty sure I will figure out what this garden is. But yeah, that's the garden of the Good Shepherd. And we're back live. Yeah, my sister asked if I could pick up her aunt at the airport. Of course I don't mind. So her plane lands at about 5 minutes to 12. So it is 10:32. I got a good time. So okay, now this garden right here is the Garden of the Apostles. That's the Garden of the Apostles. And over here is the Garden of Trinity. That's this garden. And over there is the office, of course, where they handle business affairs and so on. I want to say this is the Columbarium right here, and I think that's where I want to place my brother. Yeah, I think this is where I want to place my brother. It might be a mausoleum, but I was told that they have a columbarium out here, so maybe this axis 1, 2. It definitely looks more like a mausoleum. So yeah, and they actually just built this about a year or so ago. They just built this. So right, you got this one, Carlos Blue. Wow, 17. He just passed this year. Carlos Blue Hunt. Joshua Williams up there, 1985, 2024, wrestling fan. So yeah, I did see another mausoleum on the other side, and that kind of looked like one of those joints where you can actually go inside. But yeah. I don't see any signs over here at this space. But then again, that's all tied together. Okay. Yeah, this is all tied together. That was just a walkway right there. And you see that monument all the way back there. So So they must have replenished this, because this is one of those old graves. They must have replenished that. So this garden here, this stretch of land, is the garden of devotion. And over here is the Masonic garden. And if you can see over there, you have someone installing a vault. As someone is about to head to their final resting place here in the beautiful Memphis Memory Gardens. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Okay, so that one is a mausoleum, and this over here, I want to say, are the columbariums, because I see the tiny squares now. Okay, here we are. And this is where I said, like I said, I want to place my brother here in the columbarium. So, okay. Yeah, so this is where, yeah, definitely where I want to have my brother placed. Like I said yesterday, I want him to be in a permanent resting place. So the other side of the columbarium, I'm pretty sure these here are more so mausoleums. It's a combination. You got the columbariums on the outside, and then of course the mausoleums on the inside. So as you can see, mausoleum, of course, and I dropped my keys. Oh, the larger squares, and then of course you have the smaller squares here, and those are the columbariums. So that is where I am looking to place my brother. I know he would want to be close to my mom. And when he passed, and we were kind of wondering if it was possible if we could bury his ashes within my mom and dad's plot. And they said no, that they couldn't do that. And I was like, well, that's strange. You would think, it wouldn't be so much of a thing. Maybe a little 4-foot hole right at the foot, And I said, shoo. Look, me being me, I get a freaking trundle and get to digging and bury his ass there myself. So this garden here, I walked past this earlier. So this is the garden of the Last Supper, and I am going to try and enlarge it. I can't really see it, but all the way over there, all the way over there that way, there's a monument of the Last Supper. I walked past that earlier in the live. And over here, and as you can see over there, they are working over there as well. This is the Garden of, I think that's pronounced Gethsemane. Gethsemane. I'm going to have to look that up. I'm pretty sure that is a location from the Bible. But yeah, this is the Masonic garden here. So we had already saw that, and of course the Garden of Trinity. I've been out here. That don't say 10 minutes. There we go. Okay, so it said I've been out here 40 minutes. When I left my trainer, he had me do some back and forths from brick wall to brick wall in the backyard parking lot. And I had my walk-in set up there. And then there was a rock. That wasn't my butt. There was a rock. So I paused it, and then came out here, because when I left the Martin Luther King Jr. Riverside Park, and I said, you know what? This is so smooth. I said that I wanted to, I don't know, come out here, walk with my parents. So per se. So yeah. It's amazing how, well, I can say it's amazing. It's pretty much life. The only two things that are guaranteed are life and death. And death is most definitely a guarantee for all of us. Whether we like it or not, but it is. It sounds dark, but it's definitely the truth. But he's getting that vault installed and got the chairs, jamming his music. I think they're going to put a tent right there too, because I see a tarp over there. Memphis Burial Vault Company. Yeah, so it's pretty much guaranteed every time I come out here, or every time we come out here, no matter what time of the year, you're going to see a couple of tents. And of course, Memphis Memory Garden is a backyard to a handful of residents, as you can see. But yeah, I do see me possibly placing my brother in one of those columbariums, because I want him to have a final resting place, because it's inevitable. One day I will leave here. No time soon. I have no plans on it. No time soon, please. And I want him to actually be, in the final resting place, instead of out, in the trash or in some type of storage or whatever, I think of things like that. And they're about to dig a grave right here. Like I said, it's guaranteed. So this garden here is where my parents are. And this is called the Garden of Roses. So this is where my parents are buried. And over here, where they're about to open a home for a new shell, what I like to call it, is the Garden of Everlasting Life. And I'm going to walk. There's another garden right there. I believe I covered all of the gardens. And my mom, of course, is not alone out here. Of course, of course she ain't alone. It's a cemetery. But, of course, my dad is with her. He passed away in 2021. My mom's best friend's daughter is a few feet behind her. And my dad, my pastor's wife, First Lady Harris, her mother is buried out here. And I believe she is over here in this garden. I believe she is over here in this garden. And this garden here is called the Garden of Peace. And I believe this is where Mother Wallace is buried out here. I'm not sure, but most definitely do not get me to lying to you. And this garden over here, and all I smell is manure. All I smell is manure. And they done put down these manures. I got that from who was that? Joe from Tyler Perry character. And he was like, at least I don't smell like a bag of fresh cow manure. That's all I smell is manure. We got someone was just buried here. You got a fresh grave right here. Rest in peace. This garden here, this beautiful garden here, is called the Garden of Prayer. So that's that garden there. And I am going to circle back because I have made it to 2 miles, is what my watch said. I'm at 2.20. Hello, butterfly. Bye-bye, butterfly. So, met over 2 miles, 2.2. I didn't walk at work this morning. I was tired. And I just said, whatever. And I would try and catch up on the tail end. So, I'm pretty sure I'm at maybe over 6,000 steps, probably close to 7,000. I said that when I go pick up my kids from school, because I always get there early and get a shady spot. I like parking in a shady spot when I pick up my kids. And I'll probably walk then while I'm waiting, probably back and forth. So like I said, that's the Garden of Prayer. And this here is another mausoleum over here. And this is one of those mausoleums where you can actually go inside. As you can see, you got the outside, and then you have the inside. Stained glass window. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little scared to go in there. I'm a little scared to go in there. I've never been in there before. So you see all this on this here, and ooh, I'm pretty sure this door is unlocked. Yeah, it is. So, okay. It's like a chapel. Okay. Wow. I never been in here before. That is so cool. It's like a little chapel. Okay. Now let me get out of there because it stinks. Stinks in there. Smell like moist and mildew, like there might be a leak in there or something. That's kind of what it smelled like in there. It was ugh. And then this little garden right here, the garden that's plots should not be that tiny, but it is. It's called the Garden of Angels. And this is where the children are buried. The children, the babies are buried. My mom loved children. And that was one of the things that pains me as far as my having children. At the time I did. Because my mom loved children and she wanted me so bad to have children. And of course at that time I had just gotten out of a 6.5-year relationship. I wasn't thinking about having no kids. I wasn't thinking about settling down. I wasn't thinking about none of that. I just wanted to enjoy myself, enjoy my life. And when she passed and I watched The Best Man Holiday, it kind of yeah, so that's why I don't like watching movies now. So, and you have these babies, you know, they're like days old, few months old, pretty much babies for the most part. You know, some of the babies are born sleeping, you know. So yeah, but this is the Garden of Angels here, and this is where the children are buried. And so because my mom loved children, going back to that, my mom loved children, so we wanted her to be near the children. We wanted her near the children. So that way she can be on her bench and she's reading stories to all the children. Because Mama, she loved children indeed, and children loved her. Children loved her indeed. And of course, I have nieces and nephews, you know, and they took it real hard. Honestly, all of us took it real hard when she when she passed, and it's my car right here. So I am going to conclude my walk with my parents. So I am going to go ahead and I'll get up there first and then close it out. Mr. Smith and Mrs. Smith, how y'all doing? Hello. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and finish this up. So that is my workouts. Circuit training, walking, I got all that done. And so far I got in over 7K. So yeah, that'll be at 10 by the end of the day. But this is my parents. This is my parents. My mom, Katie, trying to brush some of this grass. I came earlier because the flowers and the cup was knocked down, and I put the flowers back on there and the lights. So it's my mom, because of course my mom, she was an usher, she was the head usher, and so we chose that. We love you as you so loved us dearly. And then my daddy, Charles, I believe this was supposed to be some type of music note. I don't know if that's supposed to be a drum or what. Whatever that is, they try to do an engraving. But that's my daddy. My daddy passed away at 80 years old. My mom was 67, I think. 67, I think. Or 66. Don't give me the line too. She might. I think she had just turned 66. When she passed. So yeah. So these are my parents. So today I decided to walk with my parents, and I can definitely say that I believe that their spirit was with me. We had some pinwheels out here that had gotten destroyed, due to the weather and probably landscaping and stuff like that. But if the pinwheels were out here, you would see it spinning. Because obviously they felt our presence, and they definitely graced us with their presence. And the pinwheels were a sign, because the minute we came out here, those pinwheels would get to spinning, but yeah. But these are my parents, my mommy and my daddy. So, and my sisters and I, we plan on coming out here, I think with the next weekend, because we're going to release some balloons for my brother. His birthday, September 28th, and we said that we'll come out here with the urn and the balloons and release it out here, so that way he could be with them and they can be with him. But yeah, but like I said, I'm definitely going to put my chips together and opened up a space for him in a columbarium so he can actually have his final resting place. I think they told my sister, I think opening and closing would run us, I think, $6,000, I think. And I said, man, look, I am in the wrong profession for a tiny hole to cost that much. Where are you? My mom's sister's, not my mom's sister, but my mom's best friend's daughter, got a Cowboys player right there. DC4L. All right, woman, where are you? No, she's not over here. Let's see. She over here somewhere. Well, dag nabbit. She around here somewhere. My mom's best friend's daughter. Well, shit. Oh well. I know she out here. I thought she was out this way, but I think she was further out. Don't get me to lying to you. I know my sister took the flowers from her, from my parents, and took them over there. She out here somewhere. That much I do know. And I feel like a ding dong because I may even have her name wrong. I don't know if her name is either Dorothy, Doris. Oh well. Oh well. I'll find her. Yeah, but I thought that she was, I see a couple of newer stones. I know it ain't Norma. I know it ain't. Oh well. She out here. Tragic. She out here. But yeah. But you guys have you guys have experienced another personal, I should say, another personal glimpse into my life. Yeah, so my parents, and this is where they are. And I'm going to get out of here and fix me some breakfast so I can go to the airport and drop her off and then come back because I have to finish up my content. I recorded my content yesterday and already put it together and did the major editing for the most part. I have to revise a segment because so much had came in with this whole Diddy situation, so where I have to revise that my commentary on that because that the details were pouring in. It was pouring in like crazy. So I love you, Mom and Daddy. Y'all keep watching over us and tell our loved ones we said hey, we love them and we missed them. And I am off to my car. Hello, car. Walking in Memphis with my parents. Ooh, child. I know it's hot in here. Oh! Ooh, child. Well, that concludes my Wednesday morning walk. I'm going to go in and have me some breakfast and then finish up my content and get to the airport and all that good stuff. I don't think there's any more news developing where I may have to add to my content I've already recorded. I did come across a few stories I may put in. I'm not sure. I may put in one more as well as revising the commentary on the Diddy story. But yeah, so be on the lookout for that. I will upload that most likely in the evening, maybe around 6 or 7. It will definitely be before Sko goes live. Should he go live tonight, it would definitely be before that. But yeah, it is an installment of the Women of Scolingo. And it was something that I thought of doing because we get news every day and it'll be so much, and I want to bring it out to the forefront and be on top of it, and then whatever we talk about that Sunday will be what we talked about. Yeah, so be on the lookout for that. It is called the Taste of the Lingo, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very proud of it. So very proud of it. But yeah, I'm going to hydrate and replenish, and I will see y'all later. I will see my trainer tomorrow because he will not be in Friday. So my Friday workout will be tomorrow. So, but yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow on my Thursday morning walk. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. I will see you guys later. In 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. I see y'all later. Holla. Peace.